everybody. Lovely to see you on this Monday night. It's just me, I'm afraid. Kirsty's going into hospital and is going to be not with us for a few weeks, unfortunately. So if you can send some healing, that would be wonderful. But welcome to our Monday night show. It's 8 o'clock from the UK. And wherever you are around the world, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And hope you're all well. Hope everything's going well. Our show takes part every Monday, 8 o'clock UK time. And within our show, the way that it works is that you pose a question to ourselves on a spiritual topic. And then basically we answer that to our best of ability. That person then will get a reading. And that's as simple as it is. So we don't respond to, can you see this, can you see that? You have to do a question, and then from that you get the reading. The reading will be either a psychic reading or a clairvoyant reading, depending on how things work out and where the draw is that what you need. The other things to bear in mind, obviously, don't put anything personal up because you're in a public domain, and that can be seen by many people. You don't give anything personal out. And finally, Mr. Producer is the only person going through all of the different posts, and he does read all the posts. So please bear with him. He does need time. And as a result, there should be nobody offering you readings as we're doing the show, because the only one who'll be here is myself, and obviously Mr. Producer going through all the comments. So if there's a concern, if someone's approaching you for readings and it doesn't feel comfortable, doesn't feel right, don't block him, and then notify the show, and then they'll deal with that. Other than that, let's look forward to who we see and who we meet on both sides of the veil tonight. So with no further ado, I've got any hellos, please, Mr. Producer. Hello there, Coffee Cake. Nice name, and a nice dragonfly picture there as well. Hello, Arlene Noon. Nice to see you, and thank you for the get well message for Kirsty. Hello, Coolbeck. Hello, Jeanette Valencia from Arizona. Hello, Jacqueline Manley. See you. Hello, Joy Howell. Thank you. Hello, Kaylee Byrne. Hello, Cassandra Newstead. Nice to see you for the first time. Hello, Krish Pile. Nice to see you. Hello, Hezval. Hello, Mark Hay. Good evening to you also. Hello, Raynell Black. Doing well, thank you. Hello, Joe McNichol. Thank you for being on the page. Hello, Sue Chadwick. Nice to see you. Hello, Warren Starling, Psychic Medium. Cool, that's good. Nice to see you as well. Hello, Claire Smart. Hello, Ruth Hodder. Hello, Amy Santos. So the way that the show works, firstly, welcome to any newbies tonight, but also those people who join us regularly on a Monday night. Monday night show is about allowing your spiritual growth and allowing you to expand in knowledge and understanding. So what we ask, hello there, Kimbo, oi oi to you as well. As we ask for you to post a question of a spiritual nature. It might be to do with mediumship, it might be to do with healing, it might be to do with Reiki, or just some general information that you want to know. We'll answer that to the best of our ability. And then from that person gets a reading. That's the only way that you will get a reading on tonight. But also the people that are new, please check out the website, spiritualpsychictv.online and sptv.uk. And basically from there you can check out all the wonderful shows, all the things that are readings and presenters, and lots of other things such as directories and everything else, all completely free. So check it out, please. Lang Lang, nice to see you. Hello, Carly Williams. Hello, Pauline Everest. She's going to be okay. She's just into hospital, but you can just send that healing, that'll be fine. Thank you for that, Pauline. Hello, Deb Walter. So as I've just said, for those people just joining us, we won't be answering general sort of comments. Can you see my mum? Can you see my dad? Do you see this behind me? So when you're asking questions, it has to be of a spiritual nature. So, you know, a typical question might be, what is a guide, as an example. It doesn't have to be that, but that's an example of, what's involved in healing. Different types of questions, but obviously the question you pose is the one that you want to know the answer to. Hello, Pamela Watson from New South Wales. Hello, Nicole Estrada. Hello, Debbie Davey. And Jeanette Valencia says, hi, what's the best way to protect from unwanted negative energies? Well, the easiest answer to that is to stay away from them. But joking aside, there is various ways. You can use black obsidian crystal to protect you from negative energies. You can ensure that you've got protection around you. And, to me, it's all about putting the thought out there that you want to be protected, and the only thing that comes within your energy is that of love and light, and nothing else. By putting your protection, especially if you're very, very sensitive, you need to put greater protection around you. So, whether that is your normal steps that you've been taught, whether you call in guardian angels, however you want to do it, is the best way for negative energy. Ensuring that you've smudged around yourself and around the property on a regular basis, and opening windows and just clearing the air so that new energies and can radiate around the room. So hopefully that helps there, Jeanette. With yourself, I'm drawn to some cards. So I'll just go to here. That one, please. So the cards that I'm drawn to, the first pack is the Wisdom Tarot pack for yourself, and the second one is the Enchanted Map Pack. It's quite an old pack, this one, but I just know it's just been upgraded by a house. I think it's a green cover now, but basically it's the same cards. So the first card is this one, and the card says, scholarly, cheerful, dependable, mischievous, time to get to work, an excellent opportunity presents itself, happy news about the career promotions or scholarships, a new area of study. Now, as I've said to people in the past, I might refer to the writing, but I read out what it's got on the card for yourself, but I then interpret the way I interpret it. And I need to say to Jeanette, there's been lots going on for you and lots of positive things that have been changing around you. The last sort of 9 to 10 months, it just felt like it was one thing after another, and things have started to get easier for yourself now and started to get better. I also want to say, all the answers aren't found just in books. It's about learning from your experiences, but also going with what feels right. You have a strong intuitive self, and I want to say to trust that self and to use that self more. I'm also sensing that I'm feeling like cobwebs around my hair and around my face on a regular basis, sort of spirit energy around yourself. And I just want you to work on that. You do need to slow your mind down. And what I mean by that is doing things like meditation, mindfulness, because you have a very active mind. The other card is here, and it's called Follow the Leader. And this is telling me that obviously, as I mentioned, things haven't been easy in the last 9 or 10 months, but your life hasn't been an easy one. However, things are starting to even out and get better. I do want you surrounded by nature. I do want you around the sea in particular, just to totally clear the mind, relax, and allow yourself to unwind. And when your body is telling you need to rest, you need to rest. I want to go to the month of April, and I want to go to the 12th. Now, when I give a day, I always go a day either side. So you're going from the 11th to the 13th for an anniversary birthday passing. And I also want to say to you, there is birds in here, and this indicates to me that basically you're a free spirit. And this is about you just allowing yourself not to be constrained by other people and doing the things that you want to do that makes the heart sing and makes things worthwhile for yourself. The final thing I want to say to yourself is learn to trust you and believe in you, because you've got so much to give to everyone else, but you need to learn that you deserve to receive as well. And if I can leave that with you, thank you for that, Jeanette, and for your question. Okay, any more hellos, please, Miss Producer? Hello, Anne McClernand. Thank you, Mick. Nice to see you, Mike Haywood. Hello, Linda Watson. Hello, Sarah Bailey. Hello, Marie Roche. Hello, Janet Morrison. Nice to see you joining us. Okay, so the next question is from Krish Apili, and it is, what is the difference between a spirit guide and a guardian angel? Well, your spirit guide, as any spirit, have walked the earth. They've had a life themselves. What they've then done is to go back to the spirit realms when the life has passed, and they've learnt teachings, and they've decided to work with somebody who is on the earth, and to go down to earth with them. So at the point of where that inception happens, the guide, when they're born, the guide is there with them and will remain with them until they return back home at their end of their life. A guardian angel is an angel that is specific to yourself. However, the angels do not procreate. They were created to serve God and to do his work, and have never, with the exception of the two archangels of Metatron and Sandalphon, have never walked the earth. So the difference, basically, they're there to both guide you. The guardian angel, some people say that I feel like my mum and dad are guardian angels, or my gran and my granddad. They have those angelic qualities that you associate with the angel, but an actual angel wouldn't have walked the earth. So your mum, dad, and everything, although you may refer to them as your guiding angel or your guardian angel, they are spirit, and they can also assist you and help you as well. The final thing is the guardian angel is the link between the angelic realms and yourself, and they can work with that. But also the angelic realm can also use your spirit guides and also link in with spirit to send the messages to you as well. So hopefully that explains the difference, and hopefully that was there. Here we go. Okay, so with yourself, Krish, I have a fluctuate just a minute. Okay, I'm seeing a younger gentleman. and this is where the confusion was at first. I'm seeing a younger gentleman, and I say younger gentleman, I want to put him in his 40s, quite thin to the body, clean shaven with the exception of a bit of hair here. But I feel that I'm seeing the younger self of a grandfather figure. And I feel like I'm going on father's side of the family with this gentleman. And I don't feel I would have gone old. I feel with this gentleman, I feel like I am a gentleman, the way that I dress, the way I convey myself. I'm very humble, I'm very polite. As he draws close, he takes my breath away. So I do feel that there was respiratory conditions. I also feel with the gentleman that there was that sense of humbleness and just compassion towards people that he met that's around him. And I would have felt very much at comfort and sort of at peace spending time with this gentleman. You know, he's very, he shares food and all of this. I also feel with this gentleman that you know, very knowledgeable within my mind. And I feel that I could have held a conversation with different people in authority or with people of my own, but I would have treated you all the same. Now, he comes around you, and he's coming around you to sort of say that there is lots and lots of changes, and they're overdue for yourself, Chris. And they're overdue because it's almost like you've been waiting since about October time for changes to start to happen. You've been waiting patiently, and things have started to move in this last 2 to 3 days where you're starting to move forward. I want you to continue to move forward and to move forward with conviction. I'm also going to I'm going to ask the gentleman to remain there, but I feel like I need to give you a card. And this is the 5 of Air. This is from the Angel Tarot cards. So if you just remember that 5 of Air, you can look it up on one of the search engines. You can see the picture of it in more detail. But on here, you've got the unicorns, and they're all together. And the card reads, an unwise choice, learn what you can from the situation, review everyone's motives. As I've said many a time, I'll read what's on there so you can take what you want from there. To me, this is about being around the people that you need to be around, the people that are going to lift you up, that are going to allow you to grow, the people that are going to get you to where you need to be. It almost feels like with yourself, you're forever picking everyone else up and supporting them and forgetting you. And that's been the case for quite a long time. So what I want now is that you're allowing people to expand your spiritual knowledge, allowing for things to start to change, but accept that it's okay to make the changes. People go, oh, I don't like change, it's a negative thing and everything else. Change is a positive thing because no one should stay still and no one should be at the point of where they don't grow. You know, if you, an example that we sometimes use, if you think of a child, if it never grew, I don't mean the physical. If it never grew in its knowledge, it'd never be able to walk. It'd be falling over. It'd never know how to convey, communicate, and everything else. And I feel with this spiritual growth, I'm going very much on the healing. My hands are getting very, very hot. I'm also getting pins and needles at the end of my fingers, which means that healing's not being given but need to be given. And the final thing is I want you to understand the strength of your words. So when you're using those words, remain always positive because you have such a way with your words that actually put people at ease and is healing in itself. So don't underestimate your power and allow it to grow. And the final thing I need to say from the grandfather is just to say to you, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I don't know if you've heard that saying before, because he's tapping into my thoughts. And basically, just because one person assumes it's right doesn't mean it is right. So again, similar to the last reading, trust your intuition and go with that. And if it feels the advice you're getting is right, then follow it. If it doesn't, then don't. All right. And the final thing is not to give your power away. All right. You're a very strong individual, maintain that and your integrity. If I can leave that with you, thank you, Krish. Oh, thank you. Okay, so thank you for those people just joining us for the first time, and those people just joining us on the show. The way that it works, we're one big happy family. We normally have my wife here, Kirsty, and the two of us trying to help you grow, but learn from one another and support one another in our spiritual growth. So as a result, what we ask is that you post a question. It could be something that you've always wanted to know, perhaps something that's come up in the last week. But it has to be of a spiritual nature. It has to be about mediumship, healing, Reiki, or something else to do with spirituality. Not, can you see this? Can you see that? Have you got this person here? Because we don't work like that. There are other shows throughout the week that you can access on the SPTV website. And if you go to sptv.uk, you can see all the different shows and when they are for that. But this is about growth and sharing. One big happy family, supporting one another. And you're welcome, Chris, and thank you for your feedback as well, Jeanette. Any more lows, please, Mr. Producer? Hello, Jodie Booth. Hello, Marjorie Nielsen. Apologies if I haven't said the name correctly. Hello, Catherine Jones. Hello, Sandy Sends Love. Hello, Stacey. Hello, Stacey Shaw. Hello, Helen Mansell. Hello, Sue Lawrence. Hello, Nicola Humphreys. Hello, Sheena Lightheart, sorry. Hello, Sam Morgan. Hello, Christiane Roberto. And the next question is from Jenny and Margaret Parsons. Hi, can I ask a question, please? When I focus on something, for example, a person talking, or I'm just relaxed, I see a figure forming behind the person, or if I'm at home, I will see it in front of me. Is it just my eyes playing up, please, or are these figures? Okay, so when we start to see spirit, depending on our abilities, our use of the senses, depends on what we see. So we talked about this before, but basically we can see inside our minds and we can see externally, right? So subjectively or objectively, if you want to use the correct terms. So that's one way. Also, if you've got a clear wall, like a cream or a white or a very light blue, sometimes people describe seeing like white outlines of a person, and that the white keeps moving around the person's head side to side, and that's all sort of you're starting to see spirit, and you're seeing spirit around. So you've put when you're relaxed. Now you're going, when you are relaxed is the best way. So I've described this many times, Jenny, and apologies if I've said this to you as well. If you imagine a straw, is the example I normally use. So if you think of those like lovely new straws that are not plastic that you get from certain takeaway food halls, and that you know, if you suck on that straw really hard, it eventually sort of crumbles because it's out of paper and you can't get it up there. And you basically, what you do is you put more pressure on it and it doesn't, nothing comes up. Now if you only suck on that straw a little bit, the drink goes up. The same principle is with the mediumship. If we relax, it gives that, let's use this as sort of like an imaginary sort of straw. The energy flows through this and out there. When we try too much or we're not relaxed and there, it becomes harder because we're, you know, for that energy to flow through. So, and there, I see a figure form behind the person. Well, we've all got spirit, we've all got relations in the spirit world, or whatever yours or other people's belief systems are, whether that's heaven, another place where you feel that people go to. So they will always want to come round, and because you are very sensitive to that energy, that and you have clairvoyant abilities, you're going to see the people there. So the best way to see, is this me? Is this me playing up? I've seen the same person every time that person comes around. If you feel comfortable and the other person feels comfortable, say to them, do you understand anybody who would look like this? Now, I know that's maybe a bit daunting because I don't know your background, but it may be a bit daunting for you and you may feel a bit uneasy. So then try it with your partner or with someone who's very close, who's got quite an open mind, who will also give you an honest answer back to say, no, I'm sorry. And then you know if that's the case. But trust, because if you feel you're seeing it, then I need to say to you, you are seeing it. All right. Hopefully that answers that question, Jenny. Right. So here we go. Okay. With yourself, I have a motherly energy. I want to say with this lady, I'm not old. I looking at her, I would say sort of late 40s, early 50s with this lady. Now, if your mum's still here or that she's passed but she didn't go at that age, then when I refer to a motherly energy, it's a person who would have gone, who would have been like a mother to you, would have had those motherly qualities. But as this lady, very sort of natural, wouldn't have had lots of makeup. I've got dark brown hair. It's tied up, so I'm assuming it's at least a shoulder length. With the lady, I'm thin to the frame. I'm roughly about, I would say, 5'5", 5'6" in height. I'm very loving, very caring. Now, the way that she's presenting herself is, how can I describe it? You know that the ladies in the 1940s used to have their hair up and they had it in a certain way there. That is how she's portraying herself to myself using my clairvoyance. I feel that she would have been a person who liked to fuss. And what I mean by that, it's no respect to your mum or to yourself, is that I like to make sure that someone's cared for. I like to say, like, come on, let's get you your scarf around you. She would generally have those motherly qualities. And, I want to straighten up my back. I want to sit upright. But I feel this lady loved cooking, enjoyed sort of like mothering and sort of like looking around the house with her. I also want to say everything had to be in its place and had to be tidy and everything just had to be right. Now, she brings me a little ornament, and it's a rabbit, and it's got its ears down. And the best way to describe it, because I've had a similar image of this before from somebody else, it's a bit like the thumper that you get in Snow White. So it's that type of ornament as opposed to what a real rabbit would look like. It's grey. Now, if you don't understand that as evidence, I need to give it symbolically that there's that need for sort of comfort and sort of that closeness and just feeling that someone is there for you at the moment. So either way of that is a way to interpret it. I also want to pod the peas and popping the peas and eating them straight from the pods. And with her, I just want to say to you, you're very much loved. And I want to say to you that you're very much cared for. And there has been that sort of feeling that of being a bit on your own. However, she wants to reassure to you that she's been around you quite a lot. You have also smelt her perfume over this last week, which shows you how close she's been. You've also been looking at the photographs in this last month. So there's been lots of times that she's been around. She's also bringing memories of, I feel this is with the father, of rolling up the newspaper and batting the blue bottles, and that there was loads of blue bottles near the window because it's just the buzzing noise that irritates and everything. So she's referring to all of that. But she's coming around you and she just wants to say to you, I am still here. I'm still there if you need to chat. You just need to say. And what she will do, she'll come in on the right side and you'll feel like a warmth on your cheek. And as soon as you get that feeling or you smell the perfume, that is her. All right, she's there like a flash, and that's how she would have been. She would have dropped everything and been there with a flash when she was here, and she's no different. If I can leave that with you, Jenny, thank you for working with me. Okay, so thank you for that, Jenny. And that's as simple as it is, guys. Post a question up, because, you know, people go, oh, I've got to do a question, but it's not only for your information, it's also for everyone else, because it might be the same question somebody else wanted to know. So it's all about learning from one another. So thank you for that, Jenny. Any more hellos, please, Mr. Producer? Hello, Alison Mills. New picture there, very nice. Hello, Sean Grogan. Fellow Grogans, most definitely. And it's interesting because I've been doing the family tree for myself and Kirsty over the last few weeks. That's been very interesting. So hello, Emma Jane Poston from Scotland. Okay, so Jacqueline Manley says, can a medium be blocked for a while through illness? Okay, so with any of these, this is obviously my interpretation. So I always get people who go, you know, you're blocking me because you're folding your arms, you're crossing your legs, and all of that type of thing. I need to say, again, this is my opinion. There's many mediums on here who may say otherwise. What a load of twaddle. And it's a load of twaddle in my view, because energy goes through walls, it goes through anything. And plus, if a loved one wants to come through, they will come through. So that's the first thing, to dispel all of those. Now, the medium needs to be a pure channel. They're an intermediary between sort of the spirit world and the recipient or the sitter, call them what you want, who's or the person in the congregation or the audience where you're working. If you're not well, you're not going to be that pure channel. You're going to be run down. Now, although we're sitting the power and we're using the spirit energy, there is still an element where you're a human being, you're a physical vessel, so that you will get run down. So my advice, and you know, if you're a healer, don't heal. Why would a medium be any different? So my view is, unless you're 100% or 90% even, then I would take that time out. There's many times that I've done it. I'm not being a hypocrite here. I've gone out and I thought, I'm really, really tired. I'm absolutely exhausted. I've gone out. I've given of my best. Have my messages been as good as they could be? Probably not. And when I'm giving out the messages at the end of it, because I'm getting very, very tired, my energies are fluctuating, and they're fluctuating, being up and down between the clairvoyant, the psychic, the energy, because there comes a point as mediums, what we tend to do is, yes, we can get into that point where we're in the zone, we're working with spirit purely, but when we're not physically right, we can slip into that psychic energy. So in answer to your question, I wouldn't say blocked, but I would say that the energy is not working as well. All right, let's put it that way, because you're fluctuating between that clairvoyant and so you're dipping down to psychic energy because you haven't built up enough energy and that. But that's my opinion, Jacqueline, and hopefully that answers the question. Okay. Okay, I've got a lady who you resemble, and again, I want to go on a motherly energy. And with this lady, I'm feeling between sort of 53, 58, that sort of age. And as I've said that, I'm wanting to go more sort of 57, 58. So I'm going sort of like my late 50s. But I've got a lady who you resemble who is, I would say, probably about, looking them about 5'6", cuddly to the body. But, you know, you say there about illness and that. I feel that energy and just sort of the way that she was to probably the last 5 to 6 months of life, I feel like I've lost energy. I feel like I've lost weight. I feel like my spark has gone out. And I don't mean that disrespectfully or offensively to yourself. What I mean by that is normally I'm a pocket rocket, so full of energy. I'm smiling, I'm laughing. I just have a great personality. However, towards the end, I would say certainly the last 2 months, it was almost like everything was an effort. That spark had gone in my personality. And this, you know, the last 72 hours, it was almost like my skin had drained and my spark within my eyes had gone, which is a shame because this lady has so much to give and has just abundance of joy. I certainly don't feel like a person who's very shy. I feel very outgoing. I feel I would have been not drawing the attention to myself on purpose, but I would have drawn the attention because I had that energy that just gave out and made everyone feel good. So they made me come towards myself. I also want to say with the lady that I feel that my lower legs are a little bit swollen. My ankle on my left hand side, as I'm feeling it, is a little bit sore. But I want to say with this lady, she is. I have pains around the heart area with her, but my head is thumping so much. But I feel this headache is with yourself, and I just feel that it's just concentration at the moment for yourself is very, very difficult to focus. And I don't mean from a spiritual, I just mean with the day-to-day things, just be able to focus. Also, I feel very, very tired and run down. I don't feel like I'm sleeping. The lady's telling me that you're waking up at 3:30 and again about 4:15, so that time. And once you're awake, you find it very, very difficult to go back to sleep. You wake up early anyway, around about 22, 6:45, and she's making you jam on toast, and it's lashings of jam on the toast, and she's giving that to you. So if that's not a memory, it's what's needed within the strawberry jam that's needed with yourself. And the final thing I need to say to you is that don't listen too much to the advice that's around you. Listen to yourself. I feel that there's someone around you who's giving it a lot of this, and I just want to say they're in one ear and out the other. And what resonates, keep. What doesn't, get rid of the rest. If I can leave that with yourself, Jackie, and thank you for working with me. Okay, any more lows, please? Hello, Melanie Rhino from Wisconsin. Hello, Heidi Spicer. Good to see you. Hello, Nicola Mem. Hello, Natalie Bentley. Hello, Matty Tellen. Hello, Wendy Short. Ooh, Modine Live says, hi Matt, do you have any tips to distinguish between anxiety or intuition? Okay, so to me, anxiety is worrying. That's how I associate anxiety and sort of stress, feeling uncomfortable, that fluctuating feeling. So that's the first thing. Intuition is just a sense of knowing. So they're completely two different things. and that sense of feeling that what is. So with anxiety, again, this is my interpretation. Anxiety, I'm like, I need to get this done. I need to get this done. There's no thought processes in the sense you're just reactive all the time. While your intuition, it just feels right. You just know it to be. So that's the way that I would distinguish between anxiety and intuition. The anxiety is a very sort of fearful, stress-like sort of feeling and reaction to something that you just got to do to remove or release the anxiety feeling. The intuition is a natural feeling that feels right, and you just know it to be right. So you do it because it feels right rather than a reactive response. Hopefully that makes sense to yourself, Mo. For you, I'm going to go a use of the cards, and it's the Enchanted Map for yourself from Collect, Buy and Read. Lovely cards. And it's this card. Is that okay? And it's the Magic Prayer. And this is about you looking forward and not turning back, trusting yourself and knowing that everything's going to be all right. You know, sometimes we feel that it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. If I take this next leap of faith, am I doing the right thing? And what I need to say to you, and this isn't anxiety, this is sort of like uncertainty. You know, am I doing the right thing? And that's quite a natural response, because you're very much a person who likes to be in the comfort zone, and change doesn't come naturally to them. Sorry, I'm not reading your comments at the moment. But so I need to say to you, trust in you. Whether you rely on your intuition, your gut feeling, whatever you want to call it, you go with what feels right. You trust what feels right. And I want to say there's a lot of positive energy around you. And there has been probably for this last 2 to 3 weeks or into the new year. I feel that this energy is going to continue for probably about another 2 to 3 weeks also. And it feels like opportunities are opening the door, so to follow them. But one of the mistakes we make, and I don't mean you particularly, I mean humans, is that we look back and think, you know, if I would have done that, would that have been different? Would that have made things better? Would they have seen me for this? You can't change the past. You can only change the present and your future. And whatever decisions you make now affect your future. Now, depends on what your beliefs in destiny and all of that type of thing. But for me, whatever you do now is important because it influences what happens in the future. You can influence, it doesn't mean that's what you need to be doing, because you could go, something else could happen, you end up. So it's not, some people believe that certain markers in life are the case, and that basically you have to hit those markers for things. You know, you have free choice, you can do what you want. But I want to say, keep going forward, keep believing in you. And I want to say, there is that feeling where people have said to you, no, it's your imagination, and they've taught you out of what you actually see, because you do see within your mind. You also feel very much like an empath. And if you're not sure of an empath, look it up. There's loads of videos on it. But basically, that you feel other people's emotions, you feel the environment. So it's important for yourself to put lots of protection around you, not because there's nothing negative, but just so that you're not as sensitive, so you're not getting upset or emotional for any reasons, and that basically you continue to grow. I also want to say to calm the mind, and for you it's mindfulness and just being in the moment. So one of the things I was talking about today with one of my students is go for a walk. Use the rule of 5, as I call it. It may have another name, but I call it the rule of 5. So as you're walking around, say, the woods, 5 things that you see, 4 things that you hear, 3 things that you smell, 2 things that you touch, 1 thing that you feel. Using all your senses, and by that it then takes you back into your rational mind, releases sort of the feeling of anxiety and that, and just brings you back to reality. So then your rational mind kicks back in and you're able to deal with things. And also going for walks is a good thing because, especially around the trees, because it can then ground you. And just imagine roots going from the bottom of your feet into the core of the earth with you. The final thing I need to say to you, Mo, is that you are very linked to the earth energies. So when you are, if it is yourself, the anxiety, kick your shoes off and walk in the garden or on ground, barefooted, or around the house if that's not possible. And that will, again, give you some stability. Hopefully that makes sense to yourself, and thank you for listening. Okay, so any more hellos, please, Mr. Juicer? Hello, Sandy from Georgia. Hello, Rachel Eddy. Hello, Debbie Davey. Hello, Samantha Pace. Hello, Alison Mason. So for those just joining us, hello. The way that our show works, because Kirsty is not with us this week, and not going to be with us for a few weeks now because of her health. But basically, we ask that you post a question, and if you're once it's displayed, I'll answer that to the best of my ability, or if Kirsty was here, she would do the same, and then that person gets a read. That's the only way to get a reading. The readings tonight will be either a psychic or a clairvoyant reading. So either be from your loved ones or be a use of the cards, basically. Hello, Linda Watson. Okay, so she puts, hi, my question is for about a year now, I've been experiencing lots of synchronicity, also seeing symbols and pictures in my mind, in dreams, lucid dreams or awake. I keep looking up all the symbols and they always have relevance. It's amazing, I feel very blessed. My question is, how do I develop this? I've been trying to look for someone genuine to help me on this journey, just unsure where to start. Thank you. Okay, so so there is a number of things here. So you clearly have psychic abilities. So to work on your psychic abilities, you can do courses. There's courses on the SPTV website that ourselves and Kirsty and other mediums run to work on your psychic abilities. You could go to your local spiritualist church and join a circle. But the thing that I'm drawn to with yourself, Linda, is what I'm being told, is that basically I want the angels with you, and it's the angels that I'm drawn to. I'm also drawn very much to light language with you. So what I'd like you to do for your homework is after some point over the next week is to look up light language. And there are various teachers who are there, and just watch it and just see if it resonates with you or not. But I'm very much drawn to that sort of communication and that. And other people look it up if that resonates with you. But for you, Linda, that's why I'm drawn, which to the angels and working with the angels. Now, the angels communicate through symbols. They don't communicate like spirit do, so we hear them and that. So we will see things. You refer to that. You see lots of things in your mind, in your dreams. You have a very active mind during the day. As a result, that downloaded information from the day then comes into your dream state. And having lucid dreams or very sort of vivid dreams are very much connection with your psychic abilities as well. I'm trying to look some genuine to help me guide on the journey, just unsure where to start. So speak to people who are like-minded, and synchronicity, things happen for a reason. They happen because they're meant to. Yeah, thank you, Linda. It's quite a new thing, this light language. Probably the last 2 years is where it's come. I don't practice it myself. I've seen it, but I'm just being drawn to that for you. So even if it's just to watch it and to understand it, if it resonates, do it. If not, then you've seen it and you know what I'm on about. But it's that what I'm drawn to, and the angels being the other. So there are, there are various people locally who may do courses to do understanding the angels. We do courses on the angels. I think Sam O'Neill, who's another presenter, she does. But also there may be local courses local to you. So it's not to say that they're the courses you need to go for. And just where you're drawn to and what feels right for yourself. So with yourself, I'm drawn first to the Angel Tarot cards with you. And I want to say to you, I'm drawn to Archangel Jophiel for yourself, which is on the yellow ray of light and is very uplifting and creative. So again, as you're looking up the light language, look up Archangel Jophiel. So this is your card. And as I said, it's the Angel Tarot card by Radley Valentine, so if you make a note of that, and it's the 8 of Air. So afterwards, either play the playback back or go and look it on a search engine. You'll see the picture and you can look at yourself. Because I also want to say you have a good connection with the angel cards. Okay, so the card says an illusion is of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. Now, whenever I read cards, I obviously read it so that you know what it said, but I want to say trust your intuition. So for me, as I work intuitively with these cards, as you can see there, the unicorns are moving forward. And I want to say this isn't down to a lack of self-confidence. This is down to barriers that have been in your way, but they're not there now. So don't put any barriers up for yourself. Go forward, because you're going forward at, I want to say, a pace, quite a fast pace. And you'll notice that you're seeing things more and more all around you. You will also, because of the angelic link, you will also see synchronicity with the numbers. So like 2:22 in the afternoon, sort of 9:09, those type of things. There'll be sort of 3 numbers, or 111, all are angelic numbers, just showing that the angels are around you. And what I want to say to you is I want to be around water. You feel very, very deeply. And as a result of feeling very, very deeply, you're a very emotive person. You are very much from the heart. Basically, you give everything or nothing at all. So that's where I'm drawn. I have a grandfather figure with yourself, and I want to say probably about 5'6" in height, slightly round to the body. With him, I have respiratory conditions from my passing. I wasn't bald, but I was thinning on top. I had hair. I was well groomed back and sides. I was a lovely gentleman, easygoing, and I would have listened. Some of you ladies might be saying, well, that's a first for men, but this gentleman would have definitely listened. He would have had time, he would have sat you down, and he would have just listened, and he would have been there. I feel like I'm going on father's side of the family. With this gentleman, I want to say I feel about 73, 74 with my age. And I just feel if I felt something, I would say it. And if I didn't, I would hold back. I wouldn't be really blunt. And I just need to say to you that you haven't got to do this anymore, is what he's saying. Stop crossing your fingers and wishing for change. He's trying to push you forward and to have that self-belief in you. So just as much as you see things and think, I'm definitely seeing this, then also I'm definitely someone who's meant to be here and definitely someone who deserves to be loved. If I can leave that with you, thank you for working. Yeah, so we're just going to go to some adverts now for some shows that are coming up. Please stay with us and find out what else is going on SPTV this week. We'll be back straight back. Okay, so we've got the lovely Polly Harnett coming up doing trance demonstration. So for those people who don't know what trance is, basically she'll go into like a hypnotic state and then allow spirit to draw close. And then basically she'll say words, bring people through that have crossed over. So that's happening on Sunday, March the 13th. It's 7:30. It's on SPTV. And that will be a wonderful night. And those who have seen Polly will agree with me that she's a wonderful medium, but fantastic trance medium. And yeah, that will be a night. But please make sure you get on there because it does fill up very, very quickly. In addition to that, there's myself and Kirsty joining Polly and the lovely Bill Hughes in June in Portsmouth, where we're doing our first event, the four of us together. So that'll be a really good night. But during the day, there is a mind, body and spirit fair where there's lots of readers, there's lots of spiritual gifts and lots of things happening. So check out mbs.spiritualpsychicstv.online, as you can see at the top there. And then that'll take you straight to find out information, or check out the SPTV fan page. Okay, and the other thing I'm hearing from this producer is this Friday, those people who are SPTV VIP guests, there is a special astrology night which is happening at 6 p.m. So that will be a definite night. If you're not an SPTV VIP, you can join and again go to the website for further information. Mr. Producer, would it be possible if you could put something in as a link for people for either the website or for the VIPs, please? That is a paid service, but it entitles to many things. And again, you can find out information how to join that and what extra you get in addition to the free service that is open to everybody. Okay, thank you for that feedback, Linda. Hello, Terry. Lovely to see you. Hello, JC Marsh. Nice to see you. Another nice medium. Hello, Stacey again. And thank you for the healing. So, Lang Lang, are there reasons why sometimes in our life we feel more comforted by the support of angels than our spirit guides or our loved ones in spirit? Okay, so as I've said to everyone, and I'll repeat this, Lang Lang, is that what I'm going to say is going to be my opinion. If it resonates with you, brilliant. If it doesn't, then so be it. You go with what feels right. I believe, whether it's using the angelic realms or whether it's using the spirit world, that basically you are given what you need at that moment in time. The angelic realms can come in quite hard in energy, but have a soft, comforting way about them. So if we're needing that sort soft reassurance, that sort of upliftment, then the angels will give us that. Our spirit guides, we may need particular guidance of our spiritual knowledge. So they may come to ourselves and say, this is what wisdom we wish to share, either with you or people if you're a medium. And our loved ones come through to just say, we haven't forgotten you, we're still around, we're still saying to you, we love you, we're there for you. So to me, I want to say, when we're looking at all of these, it's what we need at that particular time. To give you an example, sometimes, you know, a father figure or a grandfather might come through because we need that male energy, and we need that strength, and we need that protection that comes. I'm sorry if this sounds stereotypical, but I'm just giving this as an example, that comes from the male energy. And then other times we might need a female energy where we need something quite soft, and feel listened to, be reassured and comforted. So that's what I want to say is like the difference with the angelic, the spirit guide, and that they all have a particular purpose, and what we need at that particular time will fit that purpose and will fit that feeling and sensation. And what feels right for us is what we go with at that moment in time. So hopefully that answers that question for yourself, Lang Lang. I'm drawing to cards for yourself. Okay, now this is your card. It's from the Enchanted Map. It's number 10. If you want to look it up yourself online, or you've got your own cards. But it's the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reid. And the card says rock bottom. Now, this isn't that you've hit rock bottom. It's not that you're going into that negative card. I don't want to be negative, but what I want to say to you is when we've had a lot of things, I want to say in the past, it's sometimes easy to remain in that energy. And what I want to say to you is to understand that, yes, you may have been at rock bottom in the past, but you're clearly on the way back up. And you need to believe that. Now, the imagery I want to give you, I used to have this fish tank, and in this fish tank, I'm sorry for the people who've heard this, you used to have this like little fishman in like a scuba outfit, and you put it in, and he went right to the bottom, hit the bottom, and then he bounced back up. So in other words, nothing stays still, nothing stays stagnant, nothing ever remains the same. So although people hit rock bottom, they then will go back up and they will improve and they will get better. And I feel with yourself at the moment is that I'm on the way back up. I'm in a good place at the moment, probably better than I have been for about 2.5 years. I also want to say to you is sometimes the grass looks greener on the other side. However, where you are at the moment is where you're meant to be. And I don't mean where you're going to live or the life you're going to have. You're in the place you need to be at that moment within yourself emotionally and stability-wise. Whatever's that. I'm not going to go into it. It's not my place and it's not the platform to do it. The other thing I need to say to you is I have the sense of courage. Not that you need courage, that you're a very courageous person and you're not down for long. So again, using this scenario of up and down, I need to say to you that you're not one to be down for long. So you're very much a warrior and you're very much a person who allows people to go forward, goes forward with courage, and you're very much a leader. So don't be led, lead the way. And I want to say there is a lot of spiritual knowledge within yourself, lots of wisdom, but that wisdom is no good unless it's shared. So share that wisdom and allow that wisdom to be heard by those people who need to hear it, because you are very intuitive. You have a very strong connection and a very caring nature. And I need to say to you, share the wisdom with your mind, because I want to say you're a very old soul. You've been here many, many times and accrued a lot of spiritual knowledge. The final thing I need to say to you is there's been a gentleman who is at a distance at the moment, but I want to say I feel roughly about between 45 and 50, rounded to the body, and I feel like I'm an uncle. And he takes me to my stomach. Now, with my stomach, I have a stomach condition, but I also had the same sensation with cancer. And I don't feel the gentleman was very old. So I need to say to you, he's wanting to be acknowledged, but he's putting the thumbs up to you to tell you that you've got it. You don't need anyone else to tell you that you've got, because you know that things are getting better. And he just wants to put the thumb up to say, you've got this, stop worrying, you've got it, and you know you have. If I can leave that with you, Lang, hopefully that makes sense. And I want to go mum's side of the family with this uncle. That's the other side for a bit there. Okay, thank you. Any more hellos, please? Hello, Steve Welling. Hello, Sophie and Lexi Lee. Hello, Patricia Meechan. Okay, Stephanie Forster, hello to you. Okay, next question, yeah? Okay, so Stephanie Foster's put, can you pull oracle cards for yourself for guidance without grounding yourself, or will you always receive better guidance by grounding yourself first? Okay, so I would always ground myself first, so that, you know, to me, I'm grounding myself, I'm there. Whether it gives you better, how can I put this? Right, I want to say this is my opinion, and this is what I would do. Me personally, whether you ground yourself or don't ground yourself doesn't give you better guidance. All right, it's the intention. Again, this is my feeling. If these other oracle readers and tarot and all of those want to come back at me, then fine. But basically, my experience is, if I'm pulling a card, the first card that you get, you need to be honest with yourself. But it's the intention putting out, please show me a card that I need to have, and also to put the intention that the card offers positive guidance to myself. Now, I'm not a condoner for the booklets. So as you can see, the booklets have been used, but for some people, you may want to use the booklet if you are struggling to interpret the card for yourself. I wouldn't use it for when you're doing readings for other people, but if it's for yourself, like, oh, is that may get in the way and everything else, that's another way. But personally, I would say I always ground myself no matter what. But to whether grounding yourself first, I personally, because it's times I haven't grounded myself and I've still been able to do the reading and still got the information I need. But setting the intention is more the important one, and putting that protection around you before you actually start to read the cards. Hopefully that answers the question. Hopefully that makes sense to yourself, Stephanie. So, okay, I'm going to do cards for you in a second, Stephanie, but I have a grandmother who comes in for yourself. I don't feel very tall with this lady. I feel about 5'1" in height, has glasses, hair, quite permed. It's very light grey with tweaks of white in it. I want to say, I feel like I'm going on mum's side of the family, and I feel like I would have been 83, 84. I also want to say with this lady, I want to lower my voice. I want to speak quiet. I feel like I'm struggling with my hearing. It's almost like her glasses were quite a big part of covering her face, because she only had a petite face. I also want to say I want to smile with this lady, and I just feel, you know, she was such a loving person. You know, when people say, I wish I had a grand like that, she was like this. She had a very loving way. So as I said, I want to say probably, yeah, I want to say she's very, very small. She might not even have got sort of 5 foot, actually, looking at her as she draws closer. So I want to say 4'12", 5 foot, with her very petite in there. I feel that her husband would have gone before her, and I also feel with her that she was a tea drinker, and she would have held a cup like this and would have taken little sips. And I feel that with her, her passing was very quick towards the end. So she's around. Now, she's saying that there's been tears around you and that there's been emotions around you. And it's not been an easy time this last 4 months. However, you're starting to come out the other side. Now, I don't go to anything personal. It's not the place and it's not my business anyway. But she's saying whatever it is that you've come out the other side and you've come out better for it, whatever it was. I also need to say to you that I feel like I want to fidget. What I mean, I don't feel like I can sit still. And she's making me not want to sit still. I need to be doing something, both for my mind, but literally my feet are going like this, my hands are like this. And I feel she's making me aware of the energy around you, that there's always, you've got to be doing something all the time. And if you're not, you can't sit still, because obviously that's not the done thing. You have to be doing something. You have to be seen to be doing something. And she's just saying, why? Why do you have to do anything unless you have to do it? And it's almost like there's not enough hours in the day. However, if you take some of the things that are not important, then there will be. One of the things, and this is me talking to people, if it needs doing today, then obviously do it. If it can wait till tomorrow, then put it off, because you do lots of lists, I'm being told. So do away with the list. If it needs doing today, do it. If it can wait till tomorrow, put some of those things off till the day after. And that starts to free up yourself and give you a bit more time for yourself. And the card I'm going to go to is from the Angel Tarot, and it's the High Priestess. So it's the Angel Tarot. If you're looking, you may even have these by Radley Valentine, and it's card number 2, the High Priestess, and it's Archangel Haniel. And it's listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. I need to say you're very much what I call a manifester. What you put out there, you manifest, you make it happen. So keep those thoughts positive and stick to what it is that you want, because it's almost like Monday, I'm going to do this, I'm determined. By Wednesday it's changed, and by Friday it's gone back to what you thought of Monday. Keep that focus, keep that vision and that intention, and those things will happen. Hopefully that makes sense to yourself, Stephanie. Thank you for working with me. Hello, Priscilla Gibson. Hello, Eliana Julie from Florida. Hello, Donna Marie from Ireland. Hello, Jade McCreary, Lewis Hadley. Hello, Sasha Kennedy. Hello, Jane Watkins. And the last one is from Lindsay Harness. When you dream of the same thing over and over again, what does it mean? You're dreaming about the same thing. So basically, when we dream, we're interpreting what happened in that day or has got happening in our life, and it's our brain's way of processing what's happening and looking at ways to do it. So that's one interpretation of when you dream. So if you're seeing the same thing, it depends whether it's the same object, whether it's a situation or whatever. And there's a reason. If it's an object, look at the object, perhaps put in a book and a pencil at the side of the bed, so in the morning draw the object. If you've got any words that keep coming up, then write the words down, and then just allow it to develop. All right, so within your dreams, it's also a time, if you've got a busy mind, that the communication can't get through because you're not listening, because you're dealing with everything else. So when you're asleep, it's a time where your spiritual self and the spirit will come together and are able to communicate. So it's when a lot of people describe that they see members of the family that have passed over. So if you're seeing people that passed over. It may be working on your mediumistic abilities. It may be your loved one. So, for example, if I had a grandfather who was loving, and I need at the moment lots of love, I'm just using this example, I'm not saying this is the case, then I'll see my grandfather because I associate him with someone who would always give me love. If I was seeing the object, what does that object mean to you? So it might be sort of a ballerina in a music box that takes you back to childhood and need the connection of sort of like get in touch with your child fun side. It might be that you have that object and there's something that's missing in it. So there's lots of different things that can come from your dreams, but without knowing obviously what it is, I can't answer it fully, but hopefully that gives you some insight. Now, I'm drawn to yourself, the Angel Wisdom cards by Radley Valentine for yourself, Lindsay. And now I have a lady with me, and I feel I'm going a grandmother. I don't feel very old. I feel like I'm going mum's side of family. I want to say about 5'1" in height. Would have had short hair going into the back, and it would have obviously greyish hair. I feel like I'm, I don't know, 68, 69. I don't feel I've gone into my 70s. I can smell lots of smoke. So I was a cigarette smoker. I like to cook. And I feel with this lady that I had progressive illness. I had lots of different things that were going on with me medically. And I feel very, very tired. And I was... I don't feel like I was ready to go. I've not set my mind up like, you know, if I go, I've had a good life, anything. I just wasn't expecting to go. And I feel with the lady that it's sort of, I'm feeling the pains around my heart area. Now, I always feel the heart here. I know with the body, the anatomy, so I was trying to think of the word then, that basically it's here. But I also want to say with this lady, concentration would have been a problem. I also feel communication was a problem towards the end with her also. Now, the card that you've got is this one. The card says romantic, flirtatious, introspective, fickle, falling in love, being swept off your feet, a sudden love affair, a lack of balance in a relationship, situations or topics that make your heart flutter, a love of art and poetry. That's what it says. And there's the card. To me, this is saying to you, you're a free spirit. You need to go forward and do the things that you want to do, not what you're told to do. It's almost like I'm going through the motions of doing things that don't sit right with me, and I'm doing it just because, sometimes for a bit of a quiet life. And I need to say to you, you do the things that you want to do and only you want to do. So if someone says do this, if it feels that's what you want to do and because it feels right to you, then do it. Otherwise, don't. Whatever the reason is, I need to say to you, don't give your power away. You're a very strong, passionate, feisty individual, and as a result, you shouldn't be giving away all of your power just for a quiet, whatever capacity that is. And I need to say to you, you're a strong individual that has a lot of fight within inside them. So allow that fight and that fire to be shown and to start to stand up for you and stand up for your beliefs. Things that are injustices, you're very quick to stand up to, but I want to say this is about standing up for yourself. And the final thing is, the horse to me brings in horsepower. This is the need strength at the moment, feeling a little lethargy and just feeling a bit run down. So I need to say to you, that need to send healing and energy to yourself. And the final thing is, in the card, you've got a some sort of bird of prey. I can't see it properly, but just need to say, with the birds of prey, they're the hunters, they're sort of leaders, the focus and everything else. And I need to say to you, you're very much a leader, you're not a follower. So put on those Doc Martens, put on your heavy boots, kick down anything that's in your way, and don't allow others to get in your way. Move forward, because you're moving forward with strength and with conviction, and believe that. If I can leave that with you, Lindsay, thank you for listening. Okay, so unfortunately, guys, we've come to the end of another week. I want to thank all the people for their questions, for allowing me to work with them and to work with their loved ones, for those who their loved ones came through. And I need to say to you, we'll be here again next Monday, 8 o'clock UK time. Please be aware of the time differences in your own country for those who are abroad. Also check out sptv.uk website for Spiritual Psychics TV, also on other social media sites such as the Facebook or the YouTube channel. For future, subscribe, follow, like the Facebook, or subscribe to the YouTube channel, and check out all the other presenters and the other shows going on for a week, because no show or presenter are the same, and there are so many fantastic presenters and shows, and all free. So check them out on the website, and we look forward to seeing whatever you're doing next week. Take care, look after yourself, and keep smiling. But for now, take care, and we'll see you next Monday. Take care. Bye.